Hello everybody once again, this is AikawaKazu. Welcome back to another story video. Today, as per the title, we will be ranting or we will be discussing about MapleStory Southeast Asia events. Like what the hell is going on in Asiasoft or Nexon or whoever is in charge of events. Alright, so I'll be talking about non-cash related events for the most part with these few points in general. Alright, number one, I'm going to share with you guys the general context of this video, like why is this video made in the first place in relation to past events and current events and how it is affecting Maplers like you and me. Alright, number two, absolutely irresponsible changing of event rewards without early notice or any notice at all. And number three, lack of compensation when the second point occurs, not all the time, but I would say most of the time. Number four, total lack of testing and understanding of events by whoever is in charge. Again, alright, whoever's in charge. And last but not the least, number five, how myself and some of the other Maplers, I would say some of the other veterans, I don't even call myself a veteran since I only played the game for like 2 months. But people who have similar gear sets like me with drop rate gear, how are we actually affected by these events in a personal way? Alright, so let's get to number one. Alright, so what's the context? Okay, the whole point of making this video is that I know, you know, we know, alright, that since 5th Job and V Matrix, you know, with the V Diary, with the V Patch last year, many Maplers have been returning to play. Which means it's like Asiasoft cares, right? You know, they have connected YouTubers like me to do videos, sponsored videos, which I've mentioned before. I made 2 videos. To create awareness about V-Patch. I made videos to help people understand what is like change and how do you get to a certain range, that kind of stuff. Alright, so those 2 videos that I made. The rest of the videos not sponsored, but that's besides the point. But the fact is that many players came back. Like they connected YouTubers, they've done, I would say, they have allocated a significant amount of advertising dollars to contact, you know, much bigger YouTubers like YDCB Games. They've contacted Perfect Night, Lee Shanting, a vlogger, and a bunch of other YouTubers as well. And I've seen some of their videos, very well done. And because of them creating awareness and them, you know, just showcasing MapleStory Southeast Asia with the 5th Job and the V Matrix in general, many players have come back. I mean, when I say many, I really mean many. 2 weeks before V-Patch was out, I was playing because I was getting myself ready for V-Patch, right? I want to make sure that my character is level like close to 200, that kind of stuff. Channels in Delphinus or D2J was less than 5% filled across the board. But when V Matrix came in off-peak hours, you see half, 50% of the channels. I mean, each channel out of 20 channels, all of them are 50% filled in off-peak, and in peak hours it's up to 75%. Obviously, channel 1 will be full. Alright, and this will be quote-unquote better in most populated servers like Aquila, you know, the most populated server in MC, which is Aquila. 75% filled in off-peak hours and full in every channel in peak hours when, you know, you have your 2x, that kind of stuff. There were lots and lots of events. Aside from the system events like V Matrix, you know, your V Diary, that kind of stuff, you have your V Coin Shop Season 1 and 2, that kind of stuff, your Vengeance Ring, that kind of stuff. So a lot of good stuff happening, even though there was some not so good stuff like the Vengeance Stone being removed after the first season, that kind of stuff, so that blasters can never get, you know, Vengeance Ring plus 20, you know. Let's not talk about that. That's not the focus of this video. Point is, since V Matrix, V Patch events were decent. Definitely decent. But what happened after that? In January, we have really bad events. I wouldn't say all the events are bad. Like we have some decent events. We have the New Year greetings. We have the Rise, you know, coin shop. They actually kept the jewel craft ring, the SS grade master jewel ring in the shop, so that those people who couldn't get it in the V Coin Shop Season 2 could continue to get it, or those who are new to the game again can try to get the SS grade mastering. So that's a good thing. Alright, but we have a lot of other events that are not very good. We have the, let me just share with you guys, one of the worst event I feel in general is the Bad Omen Purification event. And by the way, I'm done at point 1 because basically many people came back. It was a good start. So a good start meant that MapleStory Southeast Asia is revitalized, right? It's quote unquote revived. People like me who have not played the game for 10 years came back and played for 2 months, and we are still continuing to play. And you want to keep us playing if you want this if you want Maple Story Southeast Asia to continue to do well. And if you look at KMS with Arcana being released, there's actually 3 more Arcane Stones. They only released 1 new area right now, but possibility of 2 more, so a total of 3. Like there's a lot of future content, which means Maple Story will be here to stay for at least a year or a year and a half in terms of content in the future. So they want to keep as many players as they can. But with all these events, this half-hearted, half-baked events, and the way they're doing events right now, they are not setting themselves up for success. They're setting up themselves for failure. People are leaving. People are not going to give second chances. Like people like me who are more tolerant, who are more understanding, are staying. But I would say most people are not like me. Like I have many people who have already stopped playing ever since they have seen some of these bullshit events. And it's not just new players who came back. Veterans have started leaving the game because of how some of the events are being executed. And here the example is Bad Omen Purification event. If you look at the screen right now, this is the screenshot of exactly what is going on when I'm grinding on my Demon Avenger. There's just too many bad omens on the floor. And the problem is that you can only give 100 to the purification jar every day. And here comes the worst part, which is my point 2. Irresponsible changing of event rewards without early notice or any notice at all. The event reward for the bad omen purification was before written as 50 rice cake coins, because with the New Year greetings event, with the New Year event, we have the rice cake coin shop, which allows you to change damage skin, incredible chaos score of goodness 60%, and you can use the coins to exchange for your mysterious jewel box to get the jewels you need to get your S grade jewels, to get your SS grade master jewel crafting rings, correct? So the coins are important, and if you actually gave 300 omens, you'll get 50 coins. If you give 500 omens, you'll get 100 coins. That was what was written initially. And then after one maintenance and a day after, if I remember correctly, they just changed it. There was just a dash over the event. It just says 50 spell trays instead of 50 rice cake coins, and then 100 spell trays instead of 100 rice cake coins, which is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense at all. Number one, bad omens are actually pretty rare to drop. You saw the screenshot on screen just now. It seems like it's very easy to drop, right? But that's because I have drop rate gear. I have 7 out of 9 drop rate gear, legendary drop rate gear, which means that those things drop relatively easy for me. But for my Shadower, for example, you will actually get 1 bad omen every, I would say, 10 to 20 monsters that you kill, with no drop rate gear at all, which means that for most people who don't have drop rate gear, which is the majority of players, you guys will take time to actually collect 100 bad omens, and you actually need to do it 3 days to get 50 coins. You need to hand in 5 days to get 100 coins. So it's not an easy event. So 50 coins and 100 coins definitely makes sense for the event, but they just change it to 50 spell trays. I mean, I can go to the spell tray shop and then just buy 50 spell trays. I was telling my stream, I can just give them the mesos that I need to buy 50 spell trays and exchange for the coins. The coins are important. And the saddest part is that, number one, they didn't tell anyone that it was changed. It's just a dash. Like, if you bother to check the website, you will actually see. You'll see on screen right now. I'll show a screenshot. And number two, there's no compensation. It's as though, okay, maybe it's the developers that that designed, that implemented it, because the rewards are automatic. When you actually complete and you hand in, you get the rewards automatically. So maybe they realized that the devs put 50 spell trays, then just give, I don't know, 75 rice cake coins as a compensation. Maybe you don't want to give 150 because you feel that not everyone will have done 5 days. Then fine, give 75. Tell people, show people that you care, that you know that the coins are important, that you're proud that you put coins as a reward in your event page or event notes in the first place. But no, they're just happy with you guys getting 50 spell trays and 100 spell trays, which is absolutely useless. And the most insulting part of the event is the last part of the event. If you hand in for 10 days, which is 1,000 bad omens, you have this lucky gift box thing for 2017, which when you double click on it, when you receive it, you can only open it on 8th February. And when you double click it, it tells you like, oh, where you want to go to. You can type anything you want, and then at the end of the day, when you open the chest, it gives you a note that you can double click, and it just tells you the same thing, basically the answers that you filled in, to remind you what you actually want to do in the new year. But the point is, we didn't actually do Bad Omen Purification event in 2K16. We did it in 2K17, you know what I mean? So In the first place, the context of the event or the context of the letter is useless. So that part of the event doesn't make sense. Number two, the rewards are so bad. Like, you would think that 50 spell trays, 100 spell trays was bad enough. Like, if they didn't care, maybe. Like, personally, and I think many of you out there were expecting something decent from the lucky gift box 2K17. Like, I remember I have a screenshot, alright, I'm gonna show again. Like, in my budget list, some guy just was totally surprised at how bad the lucky gift box reward was. Like, I believe it was a clean state scroll 10% and I think level 110 resurrection flame or something, and then that note. Yeah, that's it. Nothing worthwhile at all. Like, if you give him 50 spell trays, 100 spell trays, which is supposed to be 50 coins and 100 coins respectively, which didn't happen, no compensation given, and then you would think that the 1000, which requires you to do it for 10 days, by the way, 10 consecutive days, or rather 10 accumulated days. I'm not too sure what's the length of the event, whether you have, I think you have definitely 1 or 2 days leeway. But yeah, the rewards is shit. The rewards is absolutely bad, and this is not just the only event that has issues where there's a change in the event rewards as announced in their event notes. I mean, they did put like a disclaimer kind of thing that the events notes is subjected to change, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. But that is what they usually put like before or during the maintenance. Like, they say that the event patch notes is subjected to change after, like, during or when the server is up. But this bad Omen Purification event, the rice cake coin cancellation, was I believe 1 or 2 weeks after, because they actually had the event notes up for a long time, and because the bad Omen Purification event was like I think 2 or 3 weeks into January before it started. So the January patch notes, event notes was already up, and it was only changed and nobody knows, like they didn't tell anybody. Yeah. So it's really, really very irresponsible and really very, very frustrating. I think very unfair to players who actually, like me, like in 2K17 for an MMO, yeah, you have to go to the website to read about the events. It's like, I mean, it's not that it's bad. I mean, like in other MMOs, there are microsites that gives you a good overview of the event. So for Maple Story, they're sticking to the event notes, which are quote-unquote very elaborate in a bad way, because in the end, what I'm trying to say, which is my next point, which is my 4th point, is that it tells you that the person that's writing this event notes, right? Like, you will see that there's a lot of information there, but it doesn't give you the information that matters. And right now, I'm actually going to talk about the current events that are going on, which is your Mardi Gras, your Valentine's Chocolate event, your Valentine's Day event, your Couple Breaker event, your Hidden Tales, and we still have some upcoming event. Don't mind me speaking because, as I mentioned in my previous video, I'm having a tooth issue, so I can't really speak normally as I usually would. I'm having difficulty speaking, and as I speak, I have slight uncomfortable feeling in my mouth, or pain, just slight pain. But yeah, just total lack of testing and understanding. When I talk about testing, it's there. It's there. In the candy point, or the candy gift shop, right? For the Lucky Day Scroll, alright? So, I can't exchange it right now, but on my Demon Avenger, I've already done it 5 times, and as you can see on screen again, it tells you when you're exchanging that you can only exchange 3 times, and then when you get to the 4th time to exchange, it tells you that you have -1 times to exchange, and then when you exchange on the 5th time, it tells you that there's -2. Are you telling me that no one actually tested the rewards, which actually causes stuff like the rice cake coins as a reward being given in the bad Omen Purification event to be a problem? That nobody's actually testing the rewards. They're telling me that they're giving the developer the benefit of the doubt that everything is correct when they give you that patch or something. I don't know. Basically, there has to be some foolproof or some checking, right? But no, like, some basic stuff is not there. And then if you talk about the Capo Breaker event, holy shit. And okay, this is where the bad omen and everything comes together. It's like so bad. Okay, remember the bad omen purification event? Again, screenshot on screen. You have to pick up so many of these bad omens, and once you hit 100, you cannot feed or you cannot gift the purification jar anymore. And it actually uses up your ETC slots. As you can see right now, I have 1, 2, 3. Where's my beats? 4. Look, I still have the bad omen here right now. Okay, Can you mention on my Demon Avenger with drop rate gear? And not every okay, my main character's inventory is actually quite huge. Like for my use tab, right, I actually only have I think 4 slots that is not unlocked. But look at my Shadower, which is I will say for the most part, I think for the average May player, you probably have like I think 8 more slots than me because of all the other events that we had. So maybe I don't know 16 slots. Now even if you have 16 slots, my Demon Avenger with like only 4 slots not unlocked, by the way, not unlocked, not 4 slots unlocked. I don't have enough space because of this Capo Monsters Detector. Who was the one that designed this thing to be in the use tab? I mean, you have to use it, so obviously it has to be in the use tab, but it is so frustrating because you can't train, you can't pick up stuff that you want to pick up. Alright, and even if you pick up stuff that you want to pick up, then you have the bad omen problem. And for those who don't know what's the problem, when you have a lot of loot on the map that you don't pick up, and you have a pet, it will actually cause a lot of frame drops, or you just freeze a lot. And if you see on the screen right now, I went to the Maple Story Southeast Asia Facebook page and I found 2, like easily. I didn't even bother to try hard. Like there are people who are frustrated with this thing as well, this couple breaker event or this couple monster detector item. And the worst thing for this guy, if you look at the second screenshot, this guy actually went to buy the pet I think it's not pick up skill or something. Basically, you can actually choose an item that you want a pet to not pick up so it doesn't lag you. Like this item costs 20, or this pet skill cost 20,000 A cash. Alright, 20,000 A cash. He bought it, and by the way, I didn't buy it because I know that my friends told me that usually event items do not work. So this poor guy, again, this is not mentioned in the event notes anywhere. This is where I mean where understanding of the event is important. Like the guy who wrote the event notes could write an asterisk and say that this thing doesn't work, because when you actually write that, you actually sound off to the player that you understand that this is a concern. Like even if you cannot change how the event works, at least you don't trap or bait people to buying a pet skill that doesn't work with the item in this event, which in this case is the Couple Monsters Detector. On my Demon Avenger, I can pick up a total of 22 with all the items because I have a lot of other stuff in my inventory, like a lot of potions, a lot of buffs, that kind of stuff. So I can go up to like 22, 25 of these, and the moment when I open all of these 22, I get back 22. So there's no way, like some people say, but Kazu, you can just use it as you pick it up. No, you can't move and use it, by the way. You can't hold down an arrow key and just press down the key. You have to stop and use it, which means it actually disrupts your training time. And most importantly, the rewards are not good. Like if this event was worthwhile, then fine. But it's not. It doesn't give Rise Kit coins. It gives you, if you go read the event, you get a durational necklace and a ring which has awful stats, and then other parts of the event you'll be able to get scrolls that has a 100% chance to destroy said item if it fails. Like it's a 50% scroll, and if you fail the 50%, the item, the ring, or the pendant will be destroyed. And the stats given by the scrolls are not good. Like I think the necklace is +4 all stats, and I believe the ring you get like +2 wow or something. I can't remember exactly, but it's bad. And even if the stats are good, it's durational. Like there has to be a balance, right? Stats good, durational great. At least I can use it for my link skill characters leveling. I can use it while my character is not geared. Like not everybody has 1 mil clean range like me on my Shadower, or on my DA 2 mil clean range. Not everybody. So people who are working towards getting like 750k range, 400k range in Arcane River, new level 200s, those things, if they have good stats, will be very, very helpful to new players. But no, the rewards are bad. And I'm not saying that all the events rewards are bad. The candy points one you can exchange for lucky day scrolls is not too bad. Accumulated candy points reward is pretty good. They give you 60% additional potential scrolls. But again, the information on those events, again, there's a cancellation, by the way, for the candy points. They tell you that you can get a miraculous cure scroll 60%. They put a cancellation over the miraculous, but yesterday, when I exchanged for the reward, I got a miraculous cure scroll 60%. I mean, in the end, when I used the scroll, I got +2 defense. And by right, miraculous scroll is supposed to give you anything, I think +5 or -5. I think +5 wow or something, or +5 magic attack, or +5 weapon attack. I think that's how miraculous scrolls work. But I'm not too sure a miraculous chaos scroll. I do not know how that works. But I got +2 defense. So maybe the item behaves like a 60% chaos scroll, but is labeled as a miraculous chaos scroll. I don't know. But again, there's a cancellation there. No one knows. Again, it's just written there. If you do not go read the event notes, GG. You just, I mean, I guess ignorance is bliss in that sense, alright? But whole point again, the rewards are just being changed. Like it is just very worrying, because if they can do such a thing, like in the case of the Bad Omen Purification event, where they can just put a dash and sorry, this is changed, then this can be the same for cash related events. Like, you know, the recent cash event, they said that they updated the items to get black scrolls for, you know, one-handed weapon, two-handed weapon, and accessories. Oh, sorry, cancel. It's a white scroll. You know, it's like, you know, recently the chizza-ed that's released by KFC, the picture is like so nice. Like, you know, if you again, I'm gonna reference to the Bad Omen Purification event. 50 Rasket coins, awesome. You know, 100 Rasket coins, great. You know, it looks awesome like the chizza, you know, from KFC. And then when you actually buy it, it's just disappointing. Like, my girlfriend actually bought it, there's no pineapples. So in this case, the pineapples are the Rasket coins. There's just no Rasket coins, and you give me 50 spell traits, which is just an insult. It's an absolute insult. And then you give me a lucky gift, 2k sending gift box that gives me absolutely shit. And yeah, it's just so bad. And I don't want to drag this video too long, but last point, how myself and some other nippers are affected. People like me with drop rate gears have diminished, absolutely diminished core gemstone drop rates. Why? Because the beads for this one, the Mardi Gras event, they are pretty rare. The feathers are pretty rare as well, and again, the rewards are not that fantastic. Let's be real. Okay, so the event rewards are not good in the first place. The drops are rare, and I don't know how the event drops work in the overall loot table of Maple Story. But with all these event, Bad Omen, and then you have your feathers, you have your beads. Now you have your Capo Detectors, you have your lollipops, and so many things dropping, right? My drop rate for core gemstones has just been going down as the amount of event drops go up. It's just very demoralizing. Like, I would actually log in and I would actually farm core gemstones for a good 2 to 4 hours. No, I don't log in to farm core gemstones anymore. I just farm, and if I get core gemstones, okay, it's a plus. But it's so bad. Let me just show you how bad it is, alright? With 5 out of 9 or 6 out of 9 drop rate gear, I was getting 30 cores to 40 cores per half an hour, which means I was getting about 60 to 80 core gemstones with 5 to 6 drop rate gear. This including Twin Coupon, Lucky Winter, and Wealth Acquisition Potion. Alright, now at 7 out of 9, yesterday, with all these events going on, I'm averaging like 20 to 25. I even actually didn't get 10 in 30 minutes, because yesterday I was 2 times drop rate event, right? So I have Twin Coupon, I have my Wealth Acquisition Potion up, but I was farming a Lechelin, but I only got 10 core gemstones in 30 minutes. It's just very demoralizing and boring. And this is for the veteran players, like the people, like I said, are more understanding. Like, events not good, fine. We don't care about the events. But now these events are affecting us in trying to farm core gemstones. You know, for me, I'm farming for my shadower. For me, I'm farming core gemstones to sell for messos, to buy cubes, to do cubing. So it's just very frustrating for us. And I think it's frustrating for everyone. Like, what is going on? What is going on with the events? And again, my first point, things have been set up for success in you know, November, in December, in early January. You know, Bingo was pretty fun, OXP was pretty fun, even though I have complaints about that as well. Like, you can't get as much coins as you can get. You know, like in V coin season 1 and 2, you can get 60 coins per day from the box. But for Bingo and OX Quiz, the very least with the New Year season greeting thing, the New Year's greeting thing, you can get a minimum of 47 coins every day. But that means that you need to spend at least 1.5 hours, because you need to do at least 2 bingos, 1 OX quiz, or 2 OX quiz and 1 bingo. Or if you want to do all 3 bingos or all 3 OX quiz, then you need to spend 3 hours. Not everyone has 3 hours, by the way. And this is on top of all the Bad Omen Purification event, the feathers, the beads, and everything going on. And now we have the Capo Detector. This is overwhelmingly shit. And I think that many people also feel the same way. So this is the whole point of the video. The whole point of the video is for you guys here. If you feel the same way, go share it on the Maple Story Southeast Asia Facebook page. Go share it on CM's Banshee page, so that they know this is not supposed to be a super negative video like, but Kazu, so do you have any suggestions, you know, to actually make the events better? Like, what do you suggest? Like, many people on my stream mentioned, like, why is there a limitation to the number of coins you can get, for example? Like, straight up suggestion is that make the event rewards better. Like, I mean, 60% additional potential scroll, that one's pretty good from the accumulated candy points, but as I said, so many ETC slots you need to have. Not everybody have a lot of ETC slots. You need to have so many use slots with the Capo Detector. That thing is just absolute trash. Okay, and the rewards, I mean, the ring and the necklace is not even good in the first place. So that's really very, very destructive and very, very frustrating for players. And then you have your Bad Omen, Lucky Gift Box, 2K17, that one's just so bad. But I do understand a need for a limitation to the coins. Like I was telling my viewers on my stream that, no, the coins, the limitation to the amount of coins you can get every day makes sense because they want to keep you playing. But, you know, in GMS, like, GMS have decent events going on, and I believe that they have 1 or 2 days where they actually removed the limitation for the coins. But I think in the same way, that's why I said that December was done pretty well. Like, we have days like Hot Time, right, where you get 3 coins instead of 1 when you open a V box. That was pretty good, so I think that's fine. But the limitation to the number of coins you can get, I think, can be increased slightly, or yeah, just give compensation where compensation is due. You know? Even though I know my friends who have been playing Maple Story for 10 years, they say, Asiasoft don't give compensation, man. But I believe with V-Patch, V-Matrix, and the way that Maple Story is being shaped right now, that I believe that there might be an impetus or a pushing force for Asiasoft to change. Like, them not compensating you in your twin coupon hours or your shop hours when they have extended maintenance, long extending hours in maintenance. That shouldn't be something that's a right practice. Like, people are always complaining in the comments, and that shouldn't be something that as gamers or as quote-unquote consumers that we should be, you know, ignorant or totally, you know, we shouldn't not care about it. We should care about it. We should tell Asiasoft, hey, that's not reasonable. That's not very nice thing to do. And if you compensate, it's actually very nice to your player base. I mean, it's 2K17. Like, you have been publishing this game for 10 years. I'm sure you have learned something right. And honestly, how much money would you lose if you extend the twin coupon by 4 hours? Just to make the guy feel better that he got his money's worth so that he'll buy it again? I don't know, man. You guys let me know in the comments about how you feel about the events in general, and yeah, go share it to CM Venture. I'm sure he's a nice guy, so I don't want it to go off. I don't want this video to go off as something very, very negative. Just want to sound and be quote unquote a voice for people that I believe feel the same way. That, you know, Maple Story Southeast Asia events have been sucking, you know, in January and February, and you know, everyone's just pretending that they don't care, but actually they care about it a lot. And I believe that someone should just come out and say something about it. And here I am. So as usual, if you enjoyed the video, give a thumbs up for this video, share with your friends who feel the same way so that they'll share with other friends or other places to let Asiasoft know that they can do events better. And it has come to a point where personally I feel no events is good event. Mainly because of 0.5, for someone that uses drop regular farm call Gemstones. But yeah, that's just my personal part of me that's affected by all these events. But as I mentioned in the first 4 points, I just hope that Asiasoft can do better events, can handle events better. And it's not like they didn't give compensation before, right? They gave V coins when you know, when we had maintenance extending where people cannot open their V boxes. Like, there's no compensation at all. You know, in yesterday's extending of the maintenance, like, people were asking, like, what happens to my coins? What about the OX quiz or bingo that couldn't do that? By the way, like, I think last week maintenance, before the urgent check, bingo and OX quiz was down. There's no compensation again. Like, it's so weird. Like, you give compensation for V coin, but you don't give compensation for Rice coin. Again, you set yourself up for success, and then now you don't seem to care anymore. You don't seem to care anymore, and it's just very, very upsetting and very, very demoralizing to people who want to recommend, you know, people like me who want to recommend Maple Story Southeast Asia to people who are asking to come back. And I think Asiasoft wants this game to be successful as well. So I just hope that this video is a good starting point where we can look back and say, you know, because of this video or because someone spoke out, so that everybody shares the same sentiments and start to speak out as well, that You'll be able to get something going, alright? Name has been AikawaKazu. Thanks for watching once again. God bless. And that's the end of my rant. And I'll see you guys and girls in the next one. Bye bye.